If you're a business owner, then I've got a serious question for you. Why in the world are you still pouring money into a 401k? If it's locking up your cash, limiting your options, and potentially setting you up for a future tax bill. Today, in this video, we're gonna break down why more and more entrepreneurs and business owners just like you are actually ditching traditional retirement plans and they're using whole life insurance instead. I'll actually unpack some of the numbers. We'll talk about the tax strategy, the legacy benefits, and the real reason that people are switching, and they're switching now. Now, let me be clear. 401ks were designed for employees, not owners. They're structured to benefit someone who's been working for 40 years. They've been deferring taxes and hoping the market treats them really kindly. But here's the problem. Business owners don't really play that game, right? As a business owner myself, I can speak from experience to say that we need flexibility and we want control and we want liquidity, and I could care less about restrictive rules, especially if those rules come from the government. And especially one of my favorite rules, that I can't touch the money before I'm 59 and a half without any penalties. And then required minimum distributions actually start at age 73. They changed that rule recently. It used to be 70, now it's 73. Again, maybe that's for the better, but I don't like that they can change the rules. Don't forget that you don't have any access during emergencies. Don't have an opportunity either, you can't get it. Not to mention the policy's taxed as ordinary income at withdrawal time, right? It's also subject to a little bit of market volatility. It's just too much. So let me give you an example. Let's say you've got $500,000 in a 401k. And that looks really nice on paper. I know, I've been there. But between taxes, fees, and market swings, how much do you really control? Spoiler, not much. So I want you to think about this differently. If you defer taxes now, push them off, you're actually betting that you'll be in a lower tax bracket later and that the brackets won't have adjusted. But if you're building a successful business and you're investing wisely, what are the odds that you'll be in a lower tax bracket later, right? Here's what I mean. If you contribute $20,000 a year for 20 years and cross your fingers and you get lucky, it grows to a $1 million. Then you want to withdraw, but you're at a 30% tax rate. That's $300,000 to the IRS. Boom, gone. Congratulations, you literally built a retirement plan for the government. Now, here's the deal. Business owners don't just save to retire. We have to seize opportunities. We have to weather storms. We need to invest. We need to hire talent. We need to buy equipment. And that's where life insurance comes in, specifically properly designed life insurance. When you buy whole life insurance and you structure it for infinite banking, the whole life insurance policy becomes your own personal financial system. So not only do you get tax-free death benefit, everybody understands that, but your cash value grows every year and you can borrow against it any time. In fact, let me give you some highlights if you do a 401k compared to whole life insurance. Over in the 401k, you don't have very much liquidity. That money's locked till 59 and a half, but in whole life insurance, you can access it any time. In a 401k, you don't get tax-free death benefits. No. Life insurance you do. In a 401k, you have to have government control. They control it. They make the rules, right? But in life insurance, you get to determine those things. You control it. In a 401k, you've got a little bit of market risk. And of course, your use of the capital is limited. In life insurance, there's no market risk, and you can use that capital for anything you want. And then my most important and favorite, in life insurance, you get a tax-free inheritance. In a 401k, that's just not one of the options. So here's how one of our clients used this strategy. Let's call this guy Mike. Mike actually owns a small construction company, and he was contributing a bunch of money, $25,000 a year, to his 401k. But he hated that the money was locked away. So what we did is we helped him direct those same dollars into a properly structured life insurance policy. In the third year, Mike borrowed a bunch of money from his policy to buy a piece of equipment. Again, borrowed it without taxes or penalties, and his policy kept growing anyway. That's the key of what we like to call sometimes our save and spend system. So anyway, let's fast forward with Mike. The equipment actually boosts his income now. The 401k couldn't have done that, right? The IRS really loves your 401k because they get paid later, and they usually get paid later in bigger chunks. But with life insurance, here's what happens. Cash value grows tax deferred, but then you can borrow against that cash value tax-free at any time. The death benefit, when it's paid to your heirs, also tax-free. It's almost like having your own Roth IRA on steroids, but without the income limits and with way more flexibility than a Roth. Now, what about some other options? Like, what if you have key employees that you want to provide benefits to, but you don't want some sort of bloated retirement plan? You can actually use life insurance there too. It's called an executive bonus plan or Section 162 plan. You'll hear them on the internet both ways. You can also use split dollar arrangements. You can use group term carve-outs. These are all insurance things, and they let you reward your top people using policies that they own and they value, and you don't get buried in administrative overhead. So it's not really a one-size-fits-all strategy. If you're risk adverse, if you need liquidity, if you want to leave a legacy, then there's absolutely is something you've got to consider. Again, you could be the opposite. You're counting on market highs, or you're counting on longevity, you're counting on employer matches, you just don't want to manage anything. If that's you, I get it. And 401k, maybe that's your thing. I still think there's better options, but I totally understand. I think that if you're tired of locking up your cash, if you're tired of losing sleep over the stock market and wondering what in the world the IRS is going to do or they're going to take from your future, then this video should be your wake-up call. You do not have to follow the crowd. You're a business owner. You're an entrepreneur. You get to build your own system, one that works for you today and tomorrow. So here's what am I going to ask. If you're ready to see maybe, just maybe, how life insurance can replace, complement, provide for you in retirement instead of something like a 401k or other government-sponsored plan, then what you should do is click the link in this description of the video. You can book a call with me specifically, like me. I'll answer the phone, I'll talk to you, I'll walk you through it, and we can build a financial strategy that puts you in the driver's seat, puts you in control. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.